1 second. Let's start. Let me just fix my speakers. All right. One sec. I'll fix the trees. Okay, so what it is, this is going to be a reloaded sound pack for A321, starting with a CFM, then follow up by IAE. This sound pack is going to be sold separately, so it's going to be new, as everything is reloaded here and remade. Okay, so again, this is for, I mean, you probably have a question like, okay, what about the previous sound pack for the same model? It's still gonna be supported. It's just this one is newer samples, more systems made for it, and it's like for those who really would want the latest sounds and the most complete sounds. So it's not like a requirement for any of you. So if you want to support and you want to have the latest sounds, that sound pack is for you. And also, what the heck is that? Also, I've seen it sometimes before. Yeah, also, this will complete the Airbus story with the 8 years of length. So from the first 320 when I was making sound pack and to this date, completely made up. I mean, this is gonna be the end of the Airbus story, and then we'll go with something new, at least the 320 family, I mean. All right, let me throw out links to other places. Here in this video, it's gonna be a rather long, because I will make a promotion video but shorter for those of you who just want like the key points, like a 10-minute video. This is gonna be a rather longer video where I will compare everything here in the sound pack with the real videos and real sounds, okay? And that way you will know that your new sound pack will be exactly the same as in the real aircraft. Okay? I'll take so sit back, relax, and we'll go step by step with all of this. This is a A321ceo. So we're not flying far away, we're just gonna showcase the new sound pack. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the everything that moves in the cockpit, pretty much, such as all the buttons, switches, levers, selectors, etc. Just for those, it's just alone for those, it's around 7,200 lines of code. Okay, and meaning so that every button, every switch, everything in here has its own separate sounds. So there's not a single sound that just repeats itself. Alright, so this is just recorded in real aircraft with the specific each position of each switch and each lever and etc. And keep in mind that this is I'm doing this with my microphone on, and the quality, YouTube really kills the quality. So inside of your sim you will have much better quality. This is gonna be with CFM only, and then IE will follow. So in Blue Sky Star we pay attention to detail a lot, so to create one single engine it takes a lot, and trust me, this engine worth as two engines. So you'll see how it's pretty much this, not pretty much, it's the same as what you hear in the plane. Okay, so it's filled with details such as, like you see, there are, I don't know if you can see it here, but there are like a little hairs, kind of like a brush here, so nothing falls in there, and you can hear the brush with the sound when you move this, and of course the positions. Every position. So every position of everything, pretty much. So you see even these, for example, there is a click here when you turn it off, in the screens. So you can hear that click, because it's like a, you know, it's not a switch. It doesn't produce a sound when you move it, but it produces the sound when you turn it off, like kind of like on your old radio. All of these separate sounds for each position. The small buttons, of course. All right. The flaps. Now also we have like a printer sound as well. I couldn't print anything on the newer model. I don't know why. It used to print weather and used to print the the flight plan, and you know, I'm not sure what happened with it. If any of you know, tell me, so I can show you the sound of printer. Of course, the gear lever. And these arc and distance. Now with these knobs, if you just move it piece by piece, just kind of with one dial, it's gonna do one dial. But if you move it fast like this, it's completely a different sound. Same here. Same here. And here, of course. So basically all of the sounds as you want, as you can hear. The sound of the compass compartment, the tray tables, and small stuff like hand rests. Also, there is a sound for the moving of the seats. The aircraft needs to be on. Now, even stuff like this, so it's all modeled with the precision, sort of like oh, even stuff like that. I don't want to touch it though, but that's it. Like this switch, like the cockpit door switch, it won't do any sound, other sound than just the switch, unless the aircraft is powered and the door is closed. And I'll show you what I mean. The window, pretty much all. The push buttons separate for each. You might not hear it, but it is. Even stuff like that, you can hear it's opening and closing. And the brick. Just don't do it when it's pressurized. I mean, when it's powered. Wipers, like for example, you see the wipers. Unless it's powered, you won't hear the wipers itself, but then you will hear afterwards. All right, so we're gonna power it up. And of course, like the sound of closing the door. Let's just power it on. Now slowly getting into like the contactors. Okay, so the contactors for the battery. You can hear it back there behind the wall. Contactors. And the same if you turn it off. Let's turn on external power. You'll hear the 400 hertz hum. and then the ventilation system will kick in. Ventilation system. You can open. Now, remember when I was saying about the door? I want to be the first customer. You got it, bro. Here, add optional ding dongs pulse sound. Like you mean this is just the CEO. I mean SCFM. So you mean these? So change it to ding dong. Because the alert sounds kind of like the alert and jip whiz, everything, all the sounds that it's producing, such as like these, it's kept on the original. But we'll see in the future if we can change it. Yeah, so look at the door, for example, right? It's closed. Now, remember this switch? When we were rocking, nothing happened. See, now it's locked. Or unlocked. You're gonna hear that sound. Alright, so when you... Let's open this door. Oh, it's open now. So when you come close out to the door, you'll hear the outside, such as just ambience, like the door ambience, and as well, I don't know if you guys hear. Do you need me to bump up the volume a little bit? Sounds fine? Okay. Alright, you can bump volume on your own speakers, I guess. I just don't want the microphone to get the sound. So yeah, so out here you hear some of the sounds of like the inlet system, a ventilation system. So what you hear, like that sound, kind of. This is from the inlet right here. Basically, it's sucking the air. Right here it's open and it's sucking the air and it's going through to cool your avionics, and then goes on outlet on the other side. So basically, if you then here, it's basically that little hole. It's not made here to open or close in this model, but it does open. Like if it's open right now there, it should be open here. And then there is the outlet. That's the outlet right here. So they sound different. Okay, let's talk more about holes. I forgot if I made this already because it was a long time ago. Let's try this. There's one more huge hole here, which is outflow valve. Okay, look at this. If you can open it manually and close it, just to get it press this man, and here you see it says man here. And you can close it. It's gonna close. It does make a sound too. It makes kind of like a sucking sound. I'm gonna close it fully, then I'm gonna press auto. It's gonna full open, but automatically it pulls open. opens full on the ground. The only way you can close it is by taking off. It's gonna slowly close. You can close it with a manual mode, just like that, or you can do it with the ditching mode. Basically, ditching, if you land on water, it's gonna close all the holes. Alright. Closing, closing, closing. Gonna slow it. I'm not sure if I made it on this aircraft. We'll see. If not, I'll make it. Yeah, somehow I missed it. I'll make a special separate sound for this, because it does have a sound of opening and closing. Oh well. Okay. That's not number one on my list. Because it's still work in progress. Okay. Outflow valve. Open, close. Now, but let's talk about different other holes. So out here, you got the inlet, right? So in the these can close different ways. Okay, so they're closing automatically when you move your throttles past 50% forward. So like this, you see they're closed into closed loop. So this is closed loop, right? That happens when you take off. Also, see now they're automatically open and you can hear the sounds changes. Now, also when they close is if the temperature outside is colder than some degree. So if it's going to be cold outside and there's going to be sufficient temperature in avionics bay to cool the avionics without them open, they'll automatically close. So if we would have make like something make it cold temperature, for example. Minus 25. See, they're closed now because it's cold outside. Back to normal weather. And here's they're open again. Also, and you can hear it changes inside the cockpit. So hear that sound. So during the colder weather, your cockpit on the ground will sound like this. A little bit quiet, more quiet than when it's hot. Alright. So one more way of closing is that blower. You're gonna override the blower. Look at what's gonna happen with the sound and these. So I'm gonna do that. So you can hear, so you can see it. Alright, so there you go. See, they're both closed and blower is off. So it's override means blower turned off. switch it back on, it's gonna start working again. You'll hear like, you see? So that's how it goes. Same with extractor. If you override extractor, it's gonna. I'm not gonna go into too much details because I already forgot. It's either stops the extractor or just half closes the outlet, something like that. It depends if they made or not. But again, you hear the sound change. Now, and when both are overridden, then the blower is gonna start working again, and they're gonna be half open, I believe. I mean the outlet. So you see. And again, your extractor kicking in and blower. Now, I also made it work from the outside as well. So look at this. And same with the open. So everything on this aircraft is that way. So if it's present, if it's there, if it's it sounds. If it's there, it sounds. Same with extractor here. Now for on the side. Different modes, sounds different. And you can hear it here as well. Now, another thing, cabin fans. Cabin fans, the recirculation fans pretty much, located in different locations in the aircraft, and you can have a control of them by pressing cabin fan here, and you can hear the sound goes away. So the only thing you can't control is from the cockpit is the galley. Well, I'm sorry, the lavatory fans. I'm not sure. I can't remember if it's controllable by the in here somewhere, possibly, but maybe in avionics bay. I mean, if you want to get specific on details, you can open docs and see for yourself. Like I said, I haven't been long with it, Airbus, so now you hear the cabin fans are kicking in. And then if we would have walked through the aircraft like this, you can hear like the lav fan here, the recirculation here, the outside, all this environment changes, as well as if we walk all the way down there. As we walk, you hear the really high pitch tone. Now these are like transformer sounds from the avionics bay, which is located down below here. So they're like transformers, rectifiers, etc. They all produce all the sounds. So Now, it depends on the tail number. Some aircraft have it a little bit more, some less. It's not a single aircraft on Earth, even same type, that sounds completely the same. Because some of it, yeah, you know, it's technical stuff. So some of this sounds a little bit louder on the fans, some of it you can hear a little bit louder on the transformers. So this one, I made it like that. Now if we go back here, you can hear the aft galley fans and lamps. And you can walk with the shift pressed and then press like dot and comma button back and forth, and then arrows on your keyboard, left, right, to move. Just press shift to speed it up, because otherwise it will walk really fast like that, or really slow like that. Inside the cabin, cockpit. Also, it depends where you stay. In the cockpit environment, like the fans, cooling fans will sound different. And they're located here, like the holes of them here. I mean, they haven't drawn it on this model, so I can't really show it to you, but it's still, depending on where you're going to be at, it's going to sound a little different. Now let's check out the video. To compare it to. Now, keep in mind again that find some airflow 320 arms. Okay. Airflow. I have American Airlines. Now, keep in mind that, again, what I said, not a single cockpit sounds the same. And to kind of give you a proof of that, here are the recordings from 3 different cockpits of A321, 320, same time. Okay, so check this out, guys. Okay, pause on here. Like I said, it's gonna be a long one, so but you might find some good stuff. Find out some good stuff around here. So I'm gonna give you this way here. So let's compare. Okay, this is one.
Airbus 321.
This is, they all started from APU. And that's how it starts here on. All recorded in one day. And it's gonna be a self-test, and later when it's done, that's how it sounds. test with the blowers, without blowers, with etc. So I'm gonna show you another one. See? Another one. So it looks like, I mean, come on, all Airbuses, right? But nuh-uh. Sounds completely different. Like, to me, if you have musical ears, or not even musical ears, but just you can tell. Or like, for example, this is like override. You can't really do it on this model. This is done with the MCDU. They have like a AEVC test thing where you can press it and it's gonna shut down both the blower and so that's like AEVC test. So you see how this sounds with both of them off, and this is how this sounds. So it's basically like a hum of so stuff like this, all right? So keep in mind that all of them do sound different. So, but I'm gonna take the best quality video of this I found on internet to compare to. And even though it's again, it's made from different buses. It's Neo and not Neo and CEO, etc. But anyway, this is the aircraft just powered on the GPU without any APU, regular, and open doors. So here. Again, keep in mind that the quality degrades on the camera and on YouTube. So I was in mind of that. So this is why you'll hear a little bit different here. This is exactly what would you hear. But again, you probably have a little bit worse quality now since this is streaming. Now this is with the that's together with the brake fan and the packs. So for that, I'm just gonna give you the brake fan. We'll later turn on the packs. Now remind me to make the brake fan inside a bit louder. I'm gonna remind myself. Bit louder with open door. You can hear it. But again, brake fans are the same. Sometimes they hear it better, sometimes worse, sometimes louder, sometimes a little bit quieter. That one. Switch it off. Alright, what else we got? But it's together with APU. So let's go ahead and start APU so we can produce the sounds that they have here. And so the APU, start 2 clicks, like the contactors of battery when you start it. Click, click. Alright. We missed the start of the. But we'll restart it again. Start it and shut it down. Isn't that sweet? Hear all of the stages of start, maybe. And then when you're going around, you'll hear a bit of the exhaust, and then if you move towards the nose, you'll hear just like the tiny high pitch sound of APU here as well. You can hear it in the cockpit with the open door too. Like when you're out here, you hear APU slightly. And as well as when you start inside the cockpit, you'll hear it too if the door is open. Slightly. If everything else is shut down and your door is open. And also, you will hear it here. The APU sound. Now let me shut it down and I'll show you how it shuts down, the sound of it, and again when I'll restart it, I'll do it strictly from the cockpit. So I'll do it this way. Shut down. So when it runs for longer times, you will have a 1 minute cooldown for the APU. When you shut it down, it's not gonna shut down immediately. So when it works for a while and then you arrive to the airport and you shut down APU, if you wonder why the sound is still there, that means here's the closing of the, you see? The closing of the flap. Alright. And you can hear the closing of the flap. So, what else is here? Okay, so the ground control, you know, the CVR test. Let's start these. Oh, okay. So remember when I was showing you the Vipers? Let's try and see how the real Vipers sound, and then so we can compare. Okay. I wish we can print something. If you guys know how to activate the printer, let me know. Alright, so check this out. That's the low speed. That's high. That's low. And that's shut down. Alright, now check this out. Now in the video it's a little bit louder, so I'm gonna put up the volume a little bit. And they're right. Never discrepancy. Discrepancy. Yeah, did I showed you the door, right? So if its door is open, nothing changes, nothing happens here. If you're gonna close the door, you cannot close the door. Lock. Unlock. Give me unlock. There we go. Alright. Yeah, and the motor of the seat. So the sound of the stop of the motor, the activation of the motor itself. I wish I could have made the up and down too, because it sounds a little bit different, but there's not. It's not made here. So if you let me know if you can find the way to print, so we can print something. Simbrick flight in it, then IOC. I tried it yesterday and it doesn't work. Okay, let me try it again. So we're in key. We can. I guess we're gonna make like a separate flight, right? Let's do that. Let's make a separate flight, but I'm gonna first show you the system first. All right. That button makes an space. All right. Now the fuel pumps. Okay. Oh, that's a big one. Okay, so look, we have just fuel in the wings. So when there is no fuel in center, the pumps will not work. So they will not sound. They only sound when they work. Okay, so another interesting thing. They sound based off an intensity of the fuel. So if we're gonna be flying on a cruise level, they will sound louder. And you probably notice when you walk in the cabin. Let me show you how. In mid-flight, if you walk through the cabin, you hear that kind of like hum in the mid of the mid wings, like here, and it's louder than right now. So that's the fuel pumps for you. mixed with a bunch of stuff, mixed with the hydraulic noise, mixed with the engine noise. So these are just the wings. You can hear them outside as well. Now, if we would have add fuel in here, let's try to add a little bit. All right, now we have some fuel. Now look how it's going to be different. A little bit louder. But again, in flight, this will be much louder. Okay. Now let's go towards the hydraulics. All right, so whenever we open the cargo door, it will self-activate the yellow system. So whenever you open the door, cargo door, this open. Wait, it does not open. That's strange. Oh, there you go. So you see it, it's pressurized, and you can hear the electrical yellow system kicking in. And this is on this side. It's on the right side, basically, but you can hear it in closer to the mid. You can hear how it stops, like also the way you can activate it is by just pressing the electrical pump here. But it will also activate the PTU. And towards the left side, you'll hear it's louder. That's because where it's at. And the PTU is located right in the middle, right here. Almost in the middle. The yellow pump is located more to the front of the wing and the left side. And just like in real aircraft, you'll hear PTU once you're in the middle of the mid-wing section. But when you move out, you'll still hear it at some point, especially when the aircraft is empty. No different noises, but it will fade out quick. So there's not a chance you'll hear it. And in 321 especially, you won't hear it in the cockpit. Only you can quite hear it here with the door open, as you can hear. Now, to kill the PTU, you can just put the switch off like this, and that way you'll hear just the hydraulic pump. And then the left side, right side. And then when you switch it off, it switches off. A bit of pressure here. Okay, so the same on the blue pump. You can activate the blue pump as well. Right here. And you'll hear it outside. This is more towards the middle. You can faintly hear it here. Same, we can shut it off. Alright, let's go ahead and start a APU so we can do the packs, and then we'll make it fly. And some more of the stuff I'll show you. But I kind of see if we're gonna make it full flight, show you all of this stuff, because then I'm gonna be concentrated on the flight. So maybe better not to fly. Just kind of play around with it and show you different, because we're gonna play around with the engines a lot too. And then later we'll make a flight. Okay, how about that? Alright, so let's start from the cap. Opening the flap. Now the door is open, so watch how the sound will change. Basically it is running now. Now for the packs. Oh, okay. So let's activate packs from cockpit and we'll hear it. You can hear the packs also from the outside with the door open. See how they sped up and then slowed down as they stabilize. Those are little turbines too, so electrical turbines. Out here, this is the sound you hear when you get into the plane. And as you go to your spot, here, if you fly in front, you frequent flyer, you know that sound. If you're a frequent flyer from the economy, you know that sound. Alright, so outside, Again, packs sound different depending on the load. So you see how they sound a little bit different here? With a different pitch. All right, so that depends on the load of what they currently have. So the same thing if I'm gonna look how the load changes. If I'm gonna be, all right, I'm gonna restart this. I'm gonna do it. So watch, I'm gonna start the left one and see how it changes the pitch. See how it changed? When it kind of calmed down a little bit. Alright, now check out how packs start and stop from the cabin. So what we need to do is they're gonna be the most, so that the packs can be heard better actually where they at. So that's pretty much closer to like where they at. So I'm gonna do this. Shut down. Look, they're gonna start automatically after some time. If we don't start the engines, they'll restart within like 30 seconds. So watch listen how they will restart. They should, if the model is made that. But there you go. Hear this? That's how they start up. This you will hear in editing section. Alright. Move around cabin a little bit to see. Now, of course, you will hear the closing of the doors, etc., and the sound will change. The cargo doors closing. by the door is going to be louder, that hydraulic sound. Of course here it's going to be a little bit less, and it's going to be muted towards that end, unless you were right above it. But here you'll hear the hydraulic system operating. You can hear like a thump of the motor, and then you hear the thump of the closing of the door, so you lock it. Now, close the doors. Let's play around a bit with this one. Let's get up to like 33. We'll make a lap and then we'll climb so you can hear how it sounds on cruise. Alright, so woody wood. Yeah, you can put it, if you want to compare inside the video later. The video is like 20 minutes, so you can I'll throw a link of the video here. Later you can compare. Also, we'll compare with the video of the running engine as well. And input. Cherry capital. Is it really cherry capital? It's cherry capital. 2990. 2990. We'll climb and we'll level out first at 5,000. As contact just go the in between those. Alright, we're closed. Okay, this is a testing flight, okay, so I'm not gonna do any checklist. Alright, so runway 10. We're not gonna fly that far, but it's just still so form the array. Flex 51 plus F. You want to go flex? Let's do flex. We haven't done flex here. 1 plus F. Up. 0, 2. Flex. 35, 45, 48. Alright, looking good. Alright, so now before we push, pretty much sounds like this. Let's make views. 1, then we'll make 4. It's gonna be 7 here. Four, 7, 8. More towards these. And down. 5 towards here. This is I'm doing on the keyboard just so we make different views. Well, let's make one right on the flap section. Right. 6 and 8, 9 will be here. That way we'll catch all of the engine sounds from all the perspectives. So this perspective, this, that, and that. Okay? Push! Oh, it knows. I did it last time like that. But better like that. Alright, so far, guys, any questions? For some reason it should be able to do the forecast that way. Because I have the print sound and I have like the tear of the paper sound as well. I'm not sure if it's made in this model though. Is it? The way you want your volumes when you have the sound packs already here.